Vanessa to speak for the bill? If you'll identify yourself for the record, who you represent, you may begin your testimony.
Hi, I'm Maria Cavaniss. First and foremost, I am a parent. Second, I'm a board-certified behavioral analyst, and we do currently own a private school, but I'm here more for my own son. I want to talk about him for a little bit, and you'll get to hear from him. He is now 13 years old. He does have an autism diagnosis. He had some incredible teachers in the public school system. We tried so hard to make it work in the public school system. My husband and I were both employed, trying to create a life for ourselves, and he was struggling. The school was doing everything we possibly could. The resources just simply were not there, and we needed to be able to access more reading resources for him, mostly, and some mental health resources and some other health resources. He had debilitating anxiety, panic attacks, migraines, and other health issues, specifically a health condition that caused him to run fever for 5+ days. At one point, we were threatened with a FINS petition because he wasn't attending school because of his fever. I would have sent him, but the school couldn't allow him because of his fevers. So I feel like that had a great impact on his ability to learn in that environment. He was also incredibly bullied and had a difficult time making friends and just fitting into his environment at that school. We took drastic measures. One of us had to quit one of our jobs so that we could homeschool him. Curriculum was very expensive, and I agree public dollars need to fund public schools, but I also didn't get a tax credit or any kind of other issue to help us to educate our son when he wasn't afforded an education at school that would fit his needs. So we met roadblock after roadblock. We eventually were able to get his reading above grade level. He is thriving and doing amazing at this point. He's engaged in community theater. He has directors that stated he is an amazing script reader in his auditions. And I don't believe we'd be where we are today had we not poured those extra resources into our child. In doing all of this, I met many parents who needed that same type of resources. And with a clinical master's in psychology and being a board-certified behavioral analyst, I just wanted to help them find those resources. So we met parent after parent after parent who needed those same resources. Many who I've heard a lot of testimony about poverty. Many who are at that poverty level and just want what's best for their child. And we've worked really hard to create an environment where every child can thrive, regardless of their education status, regardless of their income status, and regardless of their cognitive abilities. So we try to make an all-inclusive environment for those kids and help them find those resources. So we're at a place where we have to create change. Parents are fully capable of identifying the needs for their kids, and we should be respecting those parents when they come to us needing resources. We should not be demonized because our kids don't fit into a one-size-fits-all education system. That model doesn't fit everybody. I applaud parents who reach out and try to find what's best for their kids. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the accountability aspect. As a homeschooling mama and as a private school mama and as a behavior analyst, I love the accountability aspect. Some people are very upset about that in the homeschooling environment or think that the homeschool mamas will be upset about that. We're not. We think data is fantastic. And honestly, I probably assess more in the homeschool environment than my kid was ever assessed in a public school setting. I want to know that he's thriving. I want to know that he's meeting outcomes measures. If not, I need to make some changes. And that's how I make changes in my daily job, and that's how I make changes in my education is by looking at those outcomes measures. So just to end on, I think this bill is a great bill because it's going to help every student in the state of Arkansas. This shouldn't be a competition of who's best and who's not best. I don't care how many kids attend my school at the end of the day. If we have to close tomorrow because it's not a good fit for somebody, that's okay. If there are better options out there, I just want every kid to be afforded an opportunity to learn where they learn, to be the best kid they can be, and to gain resources in this great state.
Thank you for your testimony. We accept questions.
Sure.
Representative Flowers, you're recognized for a question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Just quickly, I applaud you for the work that you and your husband engaged in to find the services and meet the needs that your son needed. And in your description, though, of sort of how you got there, you talked about how wonderful your teachers were, your son's teachers were in the public school, and it sounded to me like the issues that you all were confronted by were the physical and was it ADHD?
Yes, autism.
And autism. So those challenges were your challenges. And you mentioned that there were many other families who came to you. I guess I'm wondering, were those families who came to you people who also had challenges with physical and intellectual disabilities?
We currently serve children of all abilities. Most of our children have some kind of special need or are class exceptional. But we do have 15% that would be, I don't want categories, but would classify as neurotypical kids.
And as you follow up, and as you have been able to surmount those special needs challenges for your son and others who have come to you for help on those issues, you were saying how you found those resources. I'm assuming that was through the Succeed scholarship, and if not, can you tell us what those resources were that you found before this bill passed?
Yes, so we are now accredited, so we can now, in the next school year, hopefully start accepting the Succeed scholarship, but up until this point, we have not. We have found resources within the community. We've lived on donations. Some families pay a very, very small tuition. I've financed a lot of out of our personal budget into scholarships for our kids to attend. We've done a lot of piecing together. We are at a point now that we have a wait list because, one, we're out of space, and two, the funding's simply not there. And so unless the parents have access to more funding, they're not going to be able to access these resources. However, I do feel that this particular bill has those resources in it to help in that public school system. So if they choose to stay there, that's perfect. And especially with the reading coaches, I really feel like that was one of the main barriers that we had, was the barrier to more reading education. And I think that will be helpful.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Seeing no other questions, thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.